Hi, I'm KayMarie and welcome to my fashion house for fly girls. My designs are made for function and for youthful women in the workforce who like to go out with their girlfriends after they've had a hard day. So today I'm going to be continuing my rainbow scrunchie. Hold on a second, let me turn on my lights. There we go. My rainbow scrunchie. So I have started to create some pleated ruffles along the edge of my scrunchie. This scrunchie is quite thick and it's going to be a part of my fall scrunchie pack, my fun pack of scrunchies. You see the acrylic yarn that I use to make the actual scrunchie itself. The rainbow is the Big Twist Prism and it's pretty thick. She feels pillowy soft, very, very nice. And I'm using a different type of yarn for my pleated ruffles. I'm using an acrylic Caron Simply Soft in the color Sunshine. And I'm also using the 3.75 millimeter crochet hook from Boy to crochet my pleated ruffles. So far, I like the way it's turning out. This is my first time crocheting pleated ruffles. I definitely made some mistakes early on, but this is a scrunchie for me that I'm using just to test my design and also to promote so that people can see what I'm selling. Um, so I'm so excited to finish this pleat with you today. And let me also show you the other scrunchies in my pack. So this is the third of three. The first is this scrunchie. It's sort of like a ribbon scrunchie. It's blue and orange, and some have said that it looks like a nudie brook or a sea slug. These colors I think are perfect for summer, and I think they're really cute to return to school in September when it's technically still summer. Um, Also, I have this purple lace scrunchie. Very, very cute. Little wrist skirt. And of course, if you twist it around, it gives you this fanciful look of layered ruffles and lace. Now, this design is going to inspire some of my other ruffle and lace designs, but these two are the first two scrunchies in my pack, this one being the largest in circumference. So we've got this one that's a little more, well, this was intended to be moderately sized, but now that I'm building out the pleated ruffle, I'm realizing that this is probably going to be the biggest scrunchie because I'm going to do two more rows of half double crochet to complete this pleated ruffle. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to sell my scrunchie pack yet. If you have to get like all three. I think the colors do go together. Like in this rainbow, there is some of the purple that you see in this solid color. Of course, there's some, like this is rainbow, so it has all colors. And these are, well, all of these scrunchies have these Caron Simply Soft acrylic yarn, but to make the trim of each scrunchie, that's where the materials differ a little bit. So this is made from, this is acrylic yarn too, but it's more like fuzzy. This is organic cotton. And this is the acrylic that I use for the base of both of these scrunchies. And the base of this scrunchie is actually different. It's a prism. So we've got a mix of materials in all of them. And that's something I want to incorporate more in my designs moving forward. Different textures and color combinations. They're definitely very different, but also, there's sort of a theme. So I may sell these as singles, but this is a scrunchie collection for the fall. Whew, guys. Okay. So last night I was so to start this, hold on a second. I am using a pattern that I found on YouTube. And it's how to crochet no sew pleats. So I'm about to try something that I haven't ever tried. So I'm going to slip stitch into my second stitch. What I usually do is when I start a row, when I end a row, I join it into the first stitch of the row, and then after that slip stitch I usually chain 2 or 3 depending on what stitch I'm using. This time I'm using a half double crochet. So I believe this is the first stitch, I believe. So I believe this would be the second stitch. Let's see, it's saying slip stitch into the second stitch, mark the slip stitch made when joining around, chain 2 double crochet in the second stitch. Yeah, I'm just going to do what I usually do. I'm going to chain 2 and then I'm going to make my half double crochet going around. So really I'm going to make a half double crochet in each stitch going around for the next 2 rows, and then I believe my pleat will be long enough for my satisfaction. I mean, I think it looks pretty cute right now at the current length, but I also kind of think it looks a little, I don't want to say stumpy, but I do want it to be a little bit longer. I do want it to be a little longer. And even if I don't like it at the longer length, I mean, I did take a picture of how it looks like this. If I don't like it at the longer length, I can always frog it. I hate unraveling. No, unraveling. um, Unraveling can be a good thing because you're kind of making space for a completely new like crochet product, but I don't like to do that because I just don't like undoing my work. Like, I want it to work out. You know, I want it to be the best case scenario every time. I want to be perfect. Okay, and of course, right before I started this live stream is when my air conditioning unit cut on. I'm trying my best to find these stitches because in the beginning of this pattern, admittedly, I was having trouble making the pleats. Like, I wasn't sure of how to hold my work and how to twist my hook around to just continue making the folds of like my pleats. So I believe with some of the stitches, what I did was I crocheted over like previous stitches instead of, you know, keeping the V of the stitch exposed. I think I kind of accidentally did a reverse half double crochet on some of my early pleat stitches. But to make this, I'm really just half double crocheting um, like straight along the edge I've created. Here, let me just take off my hook so you can better see what I'm doing. So as you can see, the pleated ruffle goes around the edge and it just looks like a fold. Like, instead of gathered ruffles that are like this, essentially, you know, gathered ruffles that kind of all smushed together. Sometimes they look circular, like swirls. Like, this ruffle is a pleat, so it's a fold. So it looks, I guess, a little more angular because you get straight lines to make it. But in order to do this, I had to use the front and back loops of my half double crochet. So for some, like, I started in the front loop and then I took my hook and I crocheted in the back loop, and then I had to crochet in those same back loops again to make half double crochets to come back forward in my work. So I literally crocheted like in a zigzag going around my scrunchie. And now that I'm making my pleats a little bit longer, I have to, crochet in both of the V's, the front and back loop simultaneously. But for some of my stitches, I didn't crochet into the back loop properly. So the V or top of the stitch is covered. So I'm going to, instead of frogging, like that was a moment where I should have frogged and it would have made my life easier today. Instead of frogging, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to figure it out or crochet over it. This scrunchie is for me. Like if I make one, if someone orders this and I make one for somebody else, I'll make sure not to make this mistake again. But the me in the present is not really appreciating the me of the past. Like, why didn't you just, Kay of the past, why didn't you just take out those few stitches so that you could have an easier time like finishing the project? And right now I'm sort of resisting the urge to turn my work in order to complete these half double crochet stitches that are in the back of the fold, because I don't know, I just feel like the work needs to face me for some reason. Like I want to go like this and have the stitches facing me as I'm crocheting, but that's how I messed up my stitches before. So it's kind of awkward crocheting the pleats, honestly, and it does take practice. I mean, after I did the first few, I'm happy to say I got the hang of it. And I do love the color of this yarn, but I am struggling to see. I guess it's also because the stitches are so close together. It's like hard for me to identify which I've already crocheted in, because I only want to do one half double crochet in each stitch. I'm not trying to increase or decrease. So it's very important to me to really just do a single in each one as to not further mess it up. I already messed up. Let's not make it worse. We want to just go up from here. But crochet is definitely something that takes practice, even for people who are at advanced beginner, intermediate, expert. You have to practice because there are so many stitches to learn. There's always something you can make, new techniques you can try. I'm always impressed with the people on YouTube who have made their own crochet stitches. I would love to get to that level where I can make my own stitches. I think I definitely have the basic stitches down, but I'm like so open right now to trying new techniques and creating new looks with those techniques. Okay, we're getting into that trouble spot of where I like accidentally crocheted over my stitches. So I'm gonna have to go a little bit slower over this. But this part is definitely quicker than when I was making the stitches over my elastic, because when I made the stitches over my elastic, I had to make so many stitches and they were like so compressed. It was just hard to like grab a hold of them. But it's really fun when you can get a flow with your crochet. So I'm always fighting for that flow. Like sometimes when I learn something new, I have to go slow just to see what I'm doing and, really figuring it out. But once you really get into that, just bop, 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 just finishing stitches, like that's really how people can crochet fast. Like they already are very familiar with the pattern that they're using. And they're probably just, you know, doing a row of the same stitch. Like they may have to do like 100 stitches in a row, and, you know, no increase or like necessarily counting stitches as they go along. So, you know, that kind of makes it easy. Or if you don't have to do a lot of color switches, if you're doing one color for a really long time and it's the same stitch and you don't have to worry about increasing, yeah, you can go quick. But if you have to keep count, that definitely slows you down. If you're doing something new, it definitely slows you down. If you're making something you haven't made before, well, you're not going to make it as quickly the first time. I mean, um, well, you're going to make it more quickly the second time than you did the first. So, yeah, this is definitely a craft that requires patience and practice, but it's also very relaxing to, and it can be very fulfilling. Like when you set goals for yourself. I've been following somebody on TikTok who has made a goal for herself to crochet something from the a letter of the alphabet every day. So I think yesterday she did F. So she crocheted a flamingo at one of her commenters' requests. Okay, this is one that I messed up because I like crocheted over the stitches so badly that I can't even see them. So let me try to just go under them. Wait, let me see what I did. Okay, everything still looks like a pleat so far. We started here and it still looks pleated. So we're not doing bad. I kind of just want to make it long enough so that it's a recognizable pleat. Like the short doesn't look bad. It's actually really cute. It looks like an actual sun. Like it looks like an actual sun. And, you know, as I'm making it, like the sun is just getting bigger. But I just want it to be a more noticeable pleat rather than just like a little short thing. So the stitches I need to crochet into, I accidentally crocheted over. I think this is the last spot where I did that. So let me just try to work around it. Let me just continue being lazy. Maybe a more reasonable person would just frog the whole thing back to the spot where they messed up and just continue it, you know, remake it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try my best with what I got. So there we go. Like the stitches are under other stitches. It's crazy. Okay. Come on. Okay, there we go. One. Okay, we did one. Now, can we do another? Wait, did I double in one? I don't think I doubled. You know, I kind of want to say someone help me, but I think that's not really fair to request since I got myself in trouble. So, oh my gosh, it's so confusing the way I did this. So I didn't leave out like the fold. So now it's like I'm making the fold right now. So instead of undoing it, I'm trying to correct my mistake. And it's difficult. Yup. Okay, I think that is a spot where I can make a half double crochet. Get in there. Get in there. So I've been thinking about joining a crochet Facebook group, and they're going to make a blanket. Now I'm open to crocheting with people. Like, that's something I want to do. That's a part of why I live stream, or, I'm active on my social medias, Instagram and TikTok, because I want to be a part of the crochet community and, be a part of that camaraderie. But also, like, I want to make the stuff that I want to make. Unless, you practicing a technique that I don't already know, like corner to corner. I've been thinking about learning that. I think I had a client that was interested in a blanket, and the pattern that I bought for the blanket is a corner to corner pattern. So I'm not sure if and when he's going to place that order for the blanket from me. But if he does, I'm going to have to learn and use that technique. So if the group are working, with that, then I'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I want to do that. But I also feel like, I have a lot of projects that, I'm just working on that I'm already enthused about. So, I want to work on my projects. That's it. Period. And I want to be in a crochet group where we are just working on our projects together, or, you show the person, yeah, this is what I'm working on. What do you think? Or, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Like, how should I do this sort of thing? So I think today, one of my goals is to finally set up my Facebook account. I think I want to put my store on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if that's how that works, if you have to have an officially registered business to put your store on Facebook Marketplace. Right now I'm trying to build my crocheting into a business. So I guess technically it's a hustle because I haven't registered it yet. Okay, now I'm having a way easier time because I did the other stitches right. So hopefully I didn't make that crochet over the stitches mistake again. And we can just continue. But yeah, so I'm thinking this week, and so this is what we have. So I'm thinking this week and later on the weekend, the holiday weekend, of course. Oh, you know what? The holiday weekend is a perfect time to have a sale. If only I had inventory. That's what I'm trying to build up now, my inventory. I'm trying to take my designs from the drawings stage to the physical product stage and, making my products. So, yeah. Oh, okay. She's about to do her thing again, this machine. Okay, let's do this. So lately, I don't know, I feel like the internet is very helpful with finding information. And I was trying to look up when Baltimore was the murder capital. I know that it has been in recent history. I mean, Baltimore has definitely been in the top 10 or top 5 for that for years. Now, thankfully, I don't live in the city. So I'm not faced with that on my day to day. I don't work in the city. Well, I do work in the city, but not the parts that, have that prevailing issue, so to speak. Um, but I was trying to figure out when that was, and I could not find it. I feel like there's so much information on the internet, and after a while, it just gets lost. I mean, I think Google is pretty organized, but there are some things on there that just get so buried. It's like you can never find it again. For example, years ago, Michael Jackson's nose fell off. Now, a lot of people don't know this. And I've told people, oh, yeah, remember when Michael Jackson's nose fell off? Like, he had so much surgery on his nose to a point where he had no cartilage left. He just had two holes in his face where his nostrils would be. So he had like a bowl of prosthetic noses in his house, and he would attach his nose for when he went out in public, or maybe it was a part of his daily routine as well. Just like you put in contacts every day, he would put on his nose every day. Well, one day he did something like a public speaking event, and during that public speech, his nose fell off just right there on TV with cameras around. And when it fell off, he like tried to catch it. It was a thing. There was video footage of this. I tried to look this up a few years ago to show a friend, like, yeah, Michael Jackson's nose fell off. Could not find it. And I know full well this footage exists. It's been buried on the internet. It's like, you know what? The internet is supposed to be a place where things are not forgotten, but they can just get lost. Okay. Yeah, so I felt like something as relevant as when Baltimore was the murder capital, you know, would pop up, but I couldn't even find that. I'm having so much fun crocheting with you. Um, I'm not sure about the next technique that I want to try. Um, I know that I want to try to make a swimsuit. So I guess that, in itself will have its own technical challenges. My swimsuit is going to be, I guess, made to fit me. And it's just for me. I don't think I'm going to sell the actual suits to anybody. Um, but I probably will sell the pattern if, it's communicated to me that, people like it, or, other people want to wear it. I don't mind, sharing my knowledge or things that I discover. I'm very open to questions. So if you want to ask me something, definitely ask away. um, I started crocheting when I was 9 years old. My mom taught me. I don't even know why she taught me. It was something she learned as a kid. She didn't know much about it, like how to do all the basic stitches. I think she taught me the single crochet stitch and the half double crochet stitch. And she gave me her crochet hooks and like a crochet book with the beginner stitches in it. And when I first started, my tension was so tight. Like it was really, really difficult for me to make stitches. And then I kept practicing, and I started making hats. And then my aunts, they wanted me to make hats for them. And they were like, oh, yeah, I'll pay you $40 if you make, a hat and scarf set for me. I ain't feel like doing that. So I didn't do it. But I guess I wish I had. And, maybe that would have encouraged me to have a crochet hustle sooner. I mean, this is really the first time in my life I'm seriously trying to crochet. And maybe I can reach back out to my aunts and let them know, hey, I'm crocheting again. So if you want a hat and scarf set, you can commission one from me, and, I'll make that for you. But Yeah, I just made hats when I was a kid, and then my mom, she bought me like these knitting looms, and I used those too. I think I tried to make a hat from that. I'm not sure if I ever finished the hat. I made a scarf from it. It was a very small scarf. I put it on one of my doll babies, and I got rid of my doll baby. But whoever uh, found it and bought it at the Goodwill, that scarf is an exclusive. That's a handmade scarf. You know, it can't be found anywhere else. Later on, I had a dog. Her name was Tokyo. She's actually my profile picture. She's been my profile picture for years. She died when she was 16 years old. So she lived a long life. She was a Maltzoo, which is mutt mix of Maltese and Shih Tzu. And the profile picture I have of her from my YouTube profile picture is when she was still a puppy. So that kind of lets you know how long I've been online, like how long I've had an email address, pretty much. And but so the picture I have for my, I guess, company logo is still of Tokyo, but that was her just really a couple weeks before she passed away. Um, I loved her a lot. And when she was alive, I made crochet clothes for her and an Instagram account for her. I'm glad I made that Instagram account because it's sort of like a time capsule now. She was such a sweet dog. She was, in my opinion, the perfect dog. And she didn't really like being dressed up, and she didn't like having her photo taken. So that's a part of the reason I stopped the Instagram account. She did not have a lot of diva in her. But I did keep the crochet. Well, I made a denim and crochet hat and scarf set for her. It was a little like denim hat with a crochet yarn ball. Well, not crochet, but with a yarn ball, like a pom pom on top. And I made like a lace crochet collar for her, and I put like rhinestones in it. Maybe I'll post a picture of some of my old crochet projects. Like, I don't really have a lot of old crochet projects just laying around. Like the first hat I ever made, I remember I kind of overmade it. Like, I know it was red, and I think I can find the crochet tutorial that I used to make it. I followed somebody's tutorial. But it was a very big hat. It was cute though, and it was well made. Um, it was a little big for me. But I know I still have the stuff I made for Tokyo, and um, I don't think I really have much else. I did see somebody posted like their early crochet projects, but I feel like I don't even know what happened to mine. Like where they are. Maybe I gave them away. Um, but yeah, I mean, what age did you start crocheting? I mean, that's my crochet story. Somebody just taught me how to do it. And then I kind of picked it up and ran with it. And I find that a lot of people online that I've encountered, they've known how to crochet for years. And for the first time, they're really trying to be serious about it and, do it as a hustle or a business. Truthfully, I've always wanted, well, I won't say always, but for years, like definitely since I was like 17, I've wanted to have my own business. And I've kind of gone through fate. Well, I still have other ideas for businesses. I don't think, I guess you could say I kind of want to be like Rihanna in the sense of I want to have multiple businesses that fit my interests. Crochet, clothes, fashion, that is one of my interests. So this fits in. I'm also interested in media. Like I study media. and I'm interested in making videos. And with making videos, I actually feel I got carried away with the videos for my own brand. Like, I was so busy coming up with video ideas and just trying to get organized to make sure that I post every day, that I think I sort of put making products to the side. But really, your product is the 80%, and like your branding and social media, the name, the colors, and all of that presentation stuff is the 20%, and that goes a long way. But you can't have a business if you're not selling anything. Like you have to sell something, you have to have a product, and you have to have like some inventory of something. So I kind of had to back off of, the social media, and realize, okay, my number one priority is digital marketing, and engaging with my community. So, people, especially in the beginning, since, I'm not very well known, I'm not already a celebrity, I haven't ever, I skipped a stitch by accident. So I gotta take one out. I haven't ever been on TV. People aren't really coming to my page right now for me, Kay. They're coming for our common interest, which is crochet. So I realize now, okay, I have to put my crochet stuff first. And as people subscribe and they get to know me, they're going to realize, oh, yeah, okay, Kay, I like Kay. I don't just like the stuff that she makes. I like her too. So that's one thing. I mean, I don't really want to be famous, so to speak. I'm actually a very private person. I don't have my face on camera. I mean, if you look at some of my videos on Instagram or any of my social media platforms, you can find my face there. But like, I personally am not looking to be like a star. I do want my clothes and accessories to be primary. And I am still excited to make video content for my brand. I think just the beginning has been very challenging in getting organized and just figuring out a priority list. And also making sure that I have things prepared so that I can meet my goals and my deadlines, and I'm not obsessing over making sure I do this, making sure I do that. The actual crocheting is first. So that may seem super simple and like, oh yeah, of course. Like, if you want to have a crochet business, you've got to crochet. But there's so many factors to running a business than just like putting out your product. And it was just hard for me to grasp like how to do it all. And I'm still learning it. I'm still figuring it out. I haven't even written a business plan yet. Like, I want to officially register my business, by the end of this summer. So right now I'm in the market research stage of that. But when you're a solo entrepreneur, when you don't have a team of people to take on all of the categories of, running a business, like human resources, promotion, like programming, project management, production. When you are the person who has to do everything, it is very important to be organized and to remember what comes first, what is most urgent and most important. So that is a learning curve I'm going through right now. And a part of what I need to do is, I feel I need to like discover my signature product, because before I register my business, I want to have some cash flow. I want to know what I make that people really want to buy. I mean, of course, as you can see, I have my own original ideas and a sense of style and concept of what I like. But I don't know what others are going to like, and I don't know which of my designs are going to be like the best of what I can come up with at this time. So it's important to me right now to just make the things I am um, I'm excited about, that I have in my brain, and seeing how people respond to them, seeing what people want to buy from me, because I believe every fashion house clothing brand has their signature item. I mean, there are some brands that really just sell one thing, but I'm kind of thinking that my fashion house has to have its own form of Birkin bag. Like the Birkin bags that you see on the site, they're all the same. They're all the same style, but they're like different materials and colors and patterns. So I want to figure out, okay, what's my signature product going to be? I may sell other things, but you have to have a few things, your few tentpole items, like a tentpole movie of what just brings people to the theater. What's that thing that just brings people into your store? So, like Birkenstock, they have the Birkenstock shoes. I mean, I believe they sell other things and other styles of shoe, but that's their thing, the Birkenstock classic sandal. Same with Converse. They have lots of, variant styles and like patterns and colors, but we know the classic Converse. So KayMarie, my fashion house, is looking for that classic. I mean, it's hard to come up with something classic. To be classic is timeless. That goes through generations. I would like to come up with a classic items like that Chanel, that black Chanel purse. And I think it'll become clear to me what that design and product is going to be as I make things and figure out how to connect with my target audience. I really want to sell to young women who work and also have a life or want to have a life outside of work. Like the ladies we would see in Girls, or Insecure, or Sex in the City. They were young, single, independent working women, and they hung out with their girlfriends and they just had this full life, but they were also still figuring it out. Like, that is who I imagine is my clientele. And I really want to connect with Black women because I am Black. And I want us to, express our styles in ways that are fun and creative and a little unexpected. Of course, my fashion is for everybody, but that at this time is my ideal target audience. So, oop. Okay, I'm curious. Let me look at how far I have gone with this. Oh, wow. The ruffle is really coming to life. So I believe right now I'm making the last pleat. Well, not, yeah, the last pleat in the second row. And as you can see, it looks fuller. I mean, it really just looks like from this angle, it just looks like a ruffle edge. But from this angle, it just looks like a ruffle edge. I don't know. Maybe I should have made the pleats a little smaller. In person, the proportions look fine because the scrunchie itself is kind of, wide and chunky. Let me see. If I tie it in a knot, we've got this. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely think row number 2 is a good idea. And I think the pleats look cute. They're not as sharp as I thought, but I think they would be a little sharper if they were smaller. I don't know. Ruffles are so on trend right now. I think it's hard to go wrong with them. This is noticeably a different style ruffle from this. And that's what's important. Like, we don't want the same ruffle like everywhere. This is more like the ruffle. This is a gathered ruffle, more like what we've been seeing on the ruffle hats. And I will admit this does look neater. So, well, it is neater because it's pleated. That is a part of the reason, and I guess function of, well, the function of pleats would be to shape clothing. Like, you may want to put a pleat in something to make it fit you better. A pleat, I think, is just a fold, it's just a fold the fabric, or fold something, usually fabric, onto itself. Yeah. I mean, maybe if it were thinner, it would look more like a sharp pleat, because that's sort of what I was imagining, like sharp pleats. But the angles of these pleats are rounded, and it's giving it more of the ruffle look. It's giving round pleated ruffles. But I'm just glad it looks like a pleat. I'm pleat crazy right now. My favorite character. Okay, no. My second favorite character from Lilo and Stitch is Pleakley. He had the cutest name too. Pleakley. Okay, so we're done with this row. I've just joined it. We have a full second row. It looks like a sun. I love this. It looks like a sun. It's so girly and fun, and it's really perfect for September. Like, oh my gosh. This is so cute. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more row, and then I'll consider this finished. Now, did I see how 2 rows look? The third row may be too much. I'm not sure. This kind of looks like a sunflower. Does it not? It looks like a rainbow sunflower. That's cute. Okay. I want to take a picture of this. Now, my phone is broken. I've been having so much technology drama lately. But, oh wow, I really hope I don't lose the pictures I've taken of this crochet scrunchie in my phone, because I was going to make another stop motion crochet scrunchie video, but I don't even know if I'll be able to make it, because I think the pictures from my gallery, I don't know if they're going to transfer to my new phone. So I may not be able to make that video. And I also have like other videos and photos on that phone. Oh no, that I didn't back up. Okay, if my phone turns back on, I'm going to have to back up my photos and videos. I turned off my backup because my Google Photos got full. But I'm going to take a picture of this regardless, because, yeah. Okay, I wish I thought about that yesterday, because before it cut off again, oh wow, this picture looks really, really good. Yeah, because it just cut off today and it hasn't cut back on. And I wish I thought about backing up my photos and videos yesterday. And, I would have everything, but now I'm scared that I'm going to lose my stuff. So we'll see how that works. Okay, I just slip stitched to join the rows, and I chained 2, and I did. Okay, I don't like that. It looks like we've got a hole. Looks like we've got like a little hole there. Okay, let me continue it. Maybe it'll go away. I don't think it'll go away. Hold on a second. I need to slip stitch into the second chain. There we go. That's better. Oops. And yeah, the hole is still there, but it's moderate. It doesn't look as much like an imperfection. Okay, so I'm just gonna half double crochet in each stitch going around, and I believe this will be my last row. If not, oh wait, let me think. Was there something that I made that I wanted to post and didn't? And that's on my TikTok account. I don't know, but I have pictures of me and my friends on my phone. I have to get in a better habit of printing pictures. I do still like use a disposable camera, um, just so that I can get photos printed sometimes, like when I go on vacation and stuff. But I don't know. I hope my phone turns on one more time just so I can back up my photos and videos because there may be some pictures on there that I want that I forgot about. And oh my gosh, the pictures of my brother. Oh no. I took video of him too. Shoot. Oh, my yarn ball fell. Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, I did send a couple of those pictures to my mom and brother, so they won't all be lost, but oh my gosh, it's so important to do stuff right away. I don't know if I sent all of them. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Well, that is life. We can't take anything with us. Not that I'm about to die or anything, but it's like you can't have too strong of an attachment to material things. And I'm a sentimental person, and I like to have photos and mementos of just moments to help me remember what has happened in my life. I mean, I'm definitely still young, but as I've gotten older, I've noticed my memory is just not what it used to be, child. It's just not what it used to be. Um, it's definitely easier to crochet the pleats in this third row than it was the other two. So as you can see, I'm going faster because they're just not as close together as I continue, which is pretty nice. Na, na. It's looking cute, but I don't want it to look like it's about to fly off or like it's detachable. Okay. Yeah, so I just have a fuzzy blanket on my table as a cover so that it's a work table, it's a workstation table, so it has like paper towel stuck to it that I couldn't get off. It has like paint on it. Um, so I decided to cover it for when I make videos. And also, having a fuzzy blanket on top is a lot more comfortable because it's a wooden side table. So, when I have my arms on it or lean on it, but I have this blanket on top, it feels soft and comfortable rather than hard and cold. So it's not just for aesthetic purposes. It, you know, helps me to feel comfortable as well. Now, I have to charge my track phone. I'm pretty sure it has minutes on it. That's my emergency phone for whenever I go through phone drama, which seems to be every 18 months or so. I'm not hard on phones, I promise. It's them, it's not me. They just stop working, they swell up, they crack. They don't make stuff like they used to, They expect you to buy a new phone every 2 years. I mean, mine was already half done. Um, but yeah, I have a couple emergency backup phones, and I just have to charge one because I was thinking about going to Joann's, of course, to get some more organic cotton yarn so I can complete my swimsuit. I think I have enough to make the basic bikini pieces, but to make the um, edging that I'm thinking about, I know I'm going to need some more yarn. I think I'm going to need 2 more skeins. So I'm just hoping they have more of this in lilac. Okay, we are going to continue to crochet. Crochet. Let me not stop singing. Yeah, let's not do the singing thing. I'm still convinced I have a good singing voice, even though years ago my friend was like, "Girl, you cannot sing." I think I have a good tone of voice. I think I have a good tone of voice, and I can hold a note. Now, are you going to go to my concert? Probably not. um, maybe you'll go to hear me read poetry or do a dramatic reading of something. You know, that would be fun. But in terms of singing, nah, I ain't no singing now. I would love to be a guitar player. Um, I actually have an electric guitar that I still don't know how to play, but I'm gonna learn. You just wait. I'm going to learn. So, to the left of me, I have my bucket of yarn. It's a plastic container of the yarn I'm currently using and scrap yarn and yarn balls from projects I've been working on or just finished. Um, so I don't put my yarn on the floor. I mean, sometimes it does fall on the floor, but I pick it up. I don't like to roll it and use it from the floor because, you know, that's how it gets lint on it and hair, and I try to keep my stuff clean. Um, so let's see how far along we are. Let's see. Oh, I can't even see the start. Where do we start? Where's the seam? Oh, it's over here. Okay. It's back here. Okay, so this is where we started. This is where we are. Start where we are. So this part is what we've done. So this is 3 rows of half double crochet pleated ruffle, and this is 2 rows. Now, I don't know which I like better, if I like the 3 rows or the 2 rows. I kind of like how small the 2 rows are. I think it looks cute. And I'm not really sure if this looks glamorous or if it's just making the work look bulky. You know, like if you pull open the pleats, the pleated ruffles, they kind of look like that. Right? And then if you pull open the smaller pleated ruffles, they kind of look like that. Now, honestly, I feel the smaller ruffles are more of the look I'm going for because they hold more of that sharp pleat shape, right? Versus this is bigger, right? So, I'm not really sure about what I want to do. So comment what you think I should do. Do you think I should continue with row 3 of making the pleated ruffle larger? Or do you think I should leave it at 2 rows where it's smaller? So It's a scrunchie. So let's just tie it a little bit to see how it looks. Ooh. I should have made these elastics bigger. So like this is the big one. I mean, it still looks like a pleat. This is a big one. The big one is how it spreads out. And that's how it looks like when it's scrunched up. Now this is the little one. Now seeing it scrunched, that kind of makes me want to make it bigger or like continue with the third row. Right? You know, if you so happen to have twisted it the other way. It just looks more like a flower with the bigger one. But with the smaller one, it looks more like a trim. And the flower is sort of a consistent theme I want to have through my projects. So I think I'll continue making the big ruffle or the 3-row ruffle. And I don't think it should be any bigger than 3 rows. Yeah, I think 3 rows is substantial. And then we'll fasten off the work and our scrunchie will be complete. I'm so happy my computer has survived through this live stream so far. I'm actually going to take it maybe to the Micro Center or the HP store, because when I took it to Best Buy, the guy working in the Geek Squad, he was like, I don't see anything wrong with your computer. But my computer gave me an error message today. And, you know, it's my responsibility to get my computer fixed. Like, if he says that he doesn't see anything wrong with it to fix it, well, he fulfilled his responsibility of looking at it. But my computer still needs to be fixed. So I'm going to take it to someone who's going to fix it, because there's definitely something wrong. And I don't want the fan to continue working improperly and my computer overheats and it becomes damaged and I have to buy a new computer. And the computer I have is already over 5 years old. So it's an old computer. So I don't think, you know, it would be such a bad thing to replace it. But yeah, I just want to hold on to it for as long as I can. I wish I could fix it, but it's a laptop, and every computer person I've talked to, store I've gone to, said, yeah, you can't really, it's like a phone in that sense. The pieces are so small that, you know, you can't really replace them or upgrade them within the same unit. You can only really do that with a desktop. That's a part of the reason why I have to get, I'm getting a fully new phone tomorrow, but what's wrong with it? They're just like, well, the pieces are done. Like, you can't, there's nothing we can do to fix that. You know, the pieces have to be replaced, and the cost of replacing the pieces is so high. You know, it's like, just get another one. I really don't appreciate the throwaway aspect of our culture. You know, there are things that cost hundreds of dollars and they only last for a couple years. And you can't even fix it yourself to make it last longer than that. Like, you have to spend a few $100s again the following year. Like, it kind of, like, this consumerist loop that we have to live in kind of sucks. I really can't wait to finish these pleats, because I want to go upstairs and eat a pickle. I don't know why I've been eating pickles lately. They're good for curbing your appetite. I think it's the vinegar. It's not going to be a full pickle. They're pickle wedges. So I'm going to eat 2 pickle wedges, which I guess would be a half pickle. Yeah. Suddenly I'm eating pickles again. I'm kind of curious about eating pickles and peanut butter. I don't know why. It just seems like that would go together. My mouth is watering for a pickle. I had breakfast this morning. I had a breakfast sandwich. It was pretty good. It was one of those Jimmy Dean pancake breakfast sandwich, like a breakfast McGriddle sort of thing. It was good. Very, very good. Very good. Very, very good. This is my ball of scrap yarn that I'm pulling from. I'm so glad that I'm making a trim with it. It's a very good use of scrap yarn to make trim for your projects. I see lots of people combining a lot of their scrap yarn to make things like shorts and hats, a vest. Eventually, when I get that much scrap yarn, I would like to make a scrap yarn project like that. I actually do have more of this sunshine color in a larger ball of yarn that is pretty close to a full skein. So let me, yeah, the yarn is splitting a little bit because my hook is not the recommended size for this weight of yarn. Hold on a second. See, the split yarn has made a funny looking loop. Yeah, I'm using a hook that I'm using a 3.75 millimeter hook, which is an F. That's the letter hook, an F. But I believe a 5 millimeter hook is recommended for this yarn. But I wanted to use a smaller hook so that my stitches would be a little smaller and tighter because I wanted my trim to look a bit neater. Like I wanted my ruffles to be as crisp as I can make it with this yarn. And I felt like this hook was the smallest I could comfortably use. I definitely would have an easier time with the right size hook. But I am curious to see how pleats would look with a light or fine weight yarn. I think they would look neater and sharper. Yeah. It's really looking cute. I like this. I like this a lot. Let me show you where we are. So this part is all 3 rows, and this part on the bottom is just 2 rows. So I think it looks really cute. It looks like a flower. Now it really looks like a flower. It looks like a rainbow sunflower. Maybe that's what I'll call this. That's something else I have to work on, naming my designs. Like the purple one is just purple lace scrunchie. Yeah, if you have any comments or suggestions on what I should name my other scrunchies, please say, because the best I have for, oh, this is tangled. For this one is probably Sea Slug. This one is Lace Scrunchie, and this one is going to be Rainbow Sunflower. Rainbow Sunflower definitely is the best name. It's descriptive. You understand what it is right away, and it matches its name. I think Sea Slug is a cute name for this. I don't know why. I mean, it just looks so quirky and fun. This actually makes me think of like Lolita fashion. I don't know why it just makes me think of like pastel goth. And when I looked at, goth fashion for girls online, I realized, oh, I'm thinking this because they actually wear a lot of lace and ruffles. It's just black. Like instead of light cut like whites and purples and pinks, they just wear, well, not just black, but that's the basic color. Like they wear black or like a deep red, dark colors for very girly, and like ultra feminine detailings actually. So it's kind of a mix of dark feminine, like what I noticed from um, the goth fashion. Like it's a lot of lace and tulle and ruffle and big skirts and corsets and um, that sort of thing. But yeah, so this kind of makes me think of like pastel, like ultra feminine goth. I mean, I think it also makes me think of goth because the circular lace reminds me of a spider web. And I think that's a part of the reason why I think, oh yeah, this will be really cute for fall because it looks like a spider web. And then with the shadows cast on it, it just looks like a spider should be on it. Like I just keep thinking spider when I see that. Um, yeah, so we're almost done with this trim. Trims are everything. Like adding a good edge to your work, finishing your work, that finishing, that finishing is everything. That can really take your project to the next level. And I really want to learn more good finishing stitches. Because leaving that raw edge, no, we don't do that. We don't leave a raw edge. So I think at first I was thinking to finish this, I was going to do a reverse single crochet. That's actually the stitch I used to make the edging of this scrunchie. And it's not going to look as bulky because our yarn is not that thick. Um, but I may make like a slip stitch going around. I'm not sure. I want to make a very basic edge for the finish of this flower. Now for this, the edge is the lace. It's the lace with pecals. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research to find the edge for to finish this scrunchie, and then I'll post the finished product on my Instagram and my TikTok. Definitely look out for that because I really don't post um, on my feeds. I'll post on my stories, and sometimes, like for TikTok, I'll post on my feed on the weekend, but really during the week is when I release my videos. So look out, look out, look out for the edge. I mean, it's definitely not going to be a lace. It's definitely going to be something very simple and clean because I don't want the edge to distract from the design. And we are coming up on the end of our row. Oops. Oh my. There we go. We're coming up on the end of our row. And we're about to crochet into our final stitch. Wait, are we? Is that the final? Is that the end? I don't think that's the end. I think I made that up. Oh wait, the end is here. Yeah, I was just thinking, what the heck? This is a fold. That does not look like the end anymore. It's not. I don't know how many stitches we have left, but we are getting there. Yeah, I've been loving yellow lately. Like I've had such a hunger to use the color yellow, and then I remember, oh, I have this beautiful like gold reflective yellow. So I'm glad this yellow goes well with the project I'm making. And I also plan to use this yellow to make a crop top to go with my outfit. I'm making a maxi skirt with the rainbow yarn, and I'm also making a mesh top with the rainbow yarn. And I'm going to use this sunshine color to make a crop top. And I'm probably going to wear this scrunchie with those three things. So I'm going to have a full sunshine rainbow crochet outfit. And I'm so excited because I haven't ever had a crochet outfit before. I don't even think I've had, well, I've probably had a knit bought outfit, but this is going to be an outfit that I made for myself. I haven't ever made a full outfit for myself before, so this is going to be fun. Um, yeah, I have a few commissions lined up. I have a black single D scrunchie that I need to make. Now to see my double D scrunchie, that video is posted on all my social media. The single D scrunchie is just going to be like a third of the size of the double D scrunchie. And I also have a commission for a gray summer cloche. I can show you my beige clothes. This is posted on my social media as well. I don't know if I can show you, like, I don't know if I can show you like with the mannequin head, but this is the cloche. Move this off the line. This is the cloche that I made, and you can like roll it down, but it's just a beige cloche with a brown trim on it. And I'm gonna make a gray version of that for a client. Those are the only two commissions I have right now. The things in my shop at this time, like everything in my shop is made to order. If you see something on my page that you like, definitely just message me and I'll make it for you at the right price, of course. My yellow and green hat on my page, that's for the fall as well. So between now and the fall, I'm planning to build up my inventory so that when I do get orders, I can ship stuff right away. But the first version of anything I make is something I keep for myself for promotional purposes so that I can wear them, model them, and I just always want to have a version of my stuff for me. Like just so that I can have what I've made. But also like the stuff that I wear, like I'm not going to sell that. Like I'm only going to sell things that are completely new, nothing used. So I ooh, oh, my light is about to die. That's what's happening. Yeah, it got a little bit darker because my light just dimmed a little bit. So we're definitely coming to the end of our stream. And we're finally at the end of our pleats. So I'm going to slip stitch to join, right? So I chained two. The chain two doesn't count as a stitch. It just, raises your yarn up to the proper height to do a stitch. Great. So I slip stitched into my chain two, and now I'm going to chain one to fasten off my work. So I'm going to turn it this way so you can better see the seam. I believe this is the wrong side, but this is the seam going down my scrunchie. You see, you don't really see that anywhere else. It's right here. So this is the fun part. Oh, wait, do I want to fasten this off? Oh, snap. I don't think I want to fasten this off because I want to make an edge. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, y'all. Wait a minute now. Because I definitely want to use this sunshine color to do the finishing edge of my work. let me see something. Let me just see how the reverse single crochet will look. I'm not going to do the full finish edge right here on this live stream. I'm going to do that probably off camera. Because I don't want my stuff to like die and freeze. I mean, it's amazing to me that my computer has survived like the hour we've probably been streaming. Let me see. I'm going to do 5 just to see how the reverse single crochet edge would look. I don't want something super bulky. I want it to be very clean and simple finish. And I find that the reverse single crochet can be a bulky stitch. So, that's cute, right? Look at that. It's just a round, oh wait, let me put it down. It's just a rounded like edge. So hold up. This is our reverse single crochet. It's also called the crab stitch. And the rest of this is just raw edge. I don't know. I think it's cute. I think it doesn't stand out too much, right? Let me do a little bit more, because maybe that'll make it easier to see. I think I want to do the reverse single crochet as the finishing for my pleated ruffle edge. But I'm still going to look on some crochet blogs to see other finishing stitches, because there may be one that is a little smaller and a little cleaner that I may want to use. 2, 3, and oh my gosh, 4 and 5. Okay, yeah, so if you don't know how to make the reverse single crochet, it is the single crochet stitch, but instead of going forward with the crochet stitch, you're going in reverse. And when you go in reverse, you're like crocheting on top of itself. Like you're just doing it backwards, I guess. But the motion for doing the actual stitch is the same. It's the direction that's different. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I like the stitch on here. I mean, I think it looks cute. I think it doesn't take away from the design. I don't think it's distracting at all. I mean, I know you can barely see it because it's just on this little part. I feel like when I hold it too close, yeah, it's just on this little part. And like the rest of it is just raw edge. It fits. It fits. But definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel for more crochet with me videos, and follow my Instagram and TikTok to see better quality images of my finished products and work in progress. I'm going to post on there the edge, the finishing edge I decide to use for this pleated ruffle rainbow scrunchie. So the names we have for our scrunchies are Rainbow Sunflower. That's this one. Okay. Oh wait, let me leave it on so you can see. Okay, and then we have pastel. No, we have lace spider lace. I don't think we should include spider in the name, actually. We'll just keep calling this one lace scrunchie. Oh, maybe we'll call it Priscilla. Lolita seems corny. I don't know. Let's call this one Priscilla. Priscilla scrunchie, rainbow sunflower scrunchie, and we'll call this one Sea Slug. That's kind of crazy. Like, this one is right on the nose, rainbow sunflower. This one is like ambiguous Priscilla. What the heck is that gonna look like? And then we have the quirky Sea Slug. Y'all, we're gonna get these names together. But thank you so much for watching my stream. I'm going to be creating more unique scrunchie designs, so subscribe for that. And follow me on social media to stay updated with what's going on. In the future, I'll probably also make the crop top, the skirt, my personal works in progress. I usually don't crochet, but there's a chance that I will. So subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kay.